Mic check, 1 2 1 2. It's Georgette.
Oh yeah, it's Robo Snap.
I can't. So listen, I don't know what I wanted to say. Actually, to think about it off the record.
A lot of things to talk about.
I know there is a lot of things to talk about. So listen, off the record is just a podcast where Snap and I go off the record about different things. Snap and I just offer colorful commentary to different things in pop culture and personal relationships and the shit in between. And so,
right.
Listen, we're here to be vulnerable with you.
Yes.
So speaking of the first one in pop culture, Power. Now, we were very aware that Power ended like a good few weeks ago, but that's besides the point. I feel like I was the penultimate expert, Snap, on Power. Like, I interviewed Omari Hardwick for season 1 for VH1.
Big time.
No one at the time was watching the show.
Big time.
Omari's such a good dude, man. Like, that guy is he's hella cool. Still covered it for season 2. Season 3, I didn't get to cover it for VH1. Season 4, Entertainment Weekly hits me up to write for them. They found me on their own. I was like, bitch,
Right. Okay.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Okay.
But I didn't, when I first heard about Power, I didn't think I was going to like it because I thought, when I first heard 50's name, I was like, is 50 going to be acting all up and down? You know, some people just can't. Whatever. So I thought 50 was going to be acting up and down, and I liked that he played the back.
In the background, yeah.
In the background, you know what I mean? Like he played a smaller role, which ended up growing as time
as the
went
seasons
on,
went on, right?
As the seasons went on, but overall, Power is a good fucking show.
Love
it. And I'm going to be sad because I don't know if people know. Season 6, per Courtney Kemp, it's the series finale. She actually said in an interview, I think it was either with Deadline or Hollywood Reporter, she said season 5 was actually supposed to be the last season, but due to the network's demands and what they were looking to do, she said that she's going to let season 6 be the last one. So what are your thoughts about Power? How did you get into it?
Well, she's special, okay? And as
Courtney?
a director, yes, as a director, because
so
she's
special.
suspenseful, and it's like, And, okay, so my whole thing was, there was a point in time, maybe about, 3 years ago, where it was like, do you like Power? Or do you like, what's the other one with my man?
They were going
Empire.
Yeah,
right?
but 50 was trolling for the longest time.
And it works. 50. I don't know if you know, 50's troll game is serious, and it works
man, it does.
because it's effective, whether it's negative, positive. We all talk about 50. And again, he just stayed getting that strap. So with me and my whole thing is, and I don't want to sound foul, but I know there's an audience for it. But once I turned on an episode of Empire, and my man is doing it with his man all on the pool table and all, I couldn't. And not that I'm homophobic. I'm not coming at nobody like that. Like, I don't judge you, but there's just certain things that
you just don't want to see it on TV.
So
that doesn't bother me, but I'm also like, I would hear men make those, this is another topic. I love it.
Yeah. So.
Because I get that you're not homophobic, but why does it matter? You're fine with seeing women.
Well, that's another thing. Well, again, okay, so for a man, for me to see two women kissing each other, it's more of a fantasy thought. It's like, man, I could be with, I'm going to have this threesome. Men don't really think about threesomes with them, a woman, and another man.
Right, but I'm also not thinking about threesomes when I'm watching.
Right.
But I get it.
But
okay.
It's just a fantasy of it. Like you trying to bring me into your world. And right then and there, it was just like.
It took you out. Oh, yeah. You're talking about with the, okay.
So for me, it was like, I can't even watch Empire. And then I tried. It was like, okay, so let's say I watched the very first episode. It was dope.
Yep.
Season 1. The second episode, it was like, all right, we're getting to understand who they are.
It's a little over the top.
And then the third episode, I was like, again? Nah.
But again, with what part, though?
The dude with his dude.
Oh, come on.
And it's like, and you know what? And this is right around the time where it was big. They came by the radio station. They did their promo tour.
Oh, did they?
And these are good people. And I'm like,
I like Jussie Smollett.
And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, all right. And again, we met dudes, but again, and I tell, like, I got a friend who's openly gay, and I'm like, we good as hell as work friends, but like after work, I know you got your life and I got my life.
Wait. Because it almost sounds like you're implying, do you think that people will associate you with being like...
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
But why would you want to hang out with him? Right, because you said you're a work friend.
Nah, but again, a lot of people have those work friend relationship. We be cool as hell at work, but after work, we don't call each other. We ain't hanging out with each other like that. Or, nothing crazy like that. And so I think, at the end of the day, not to go off subject, but I think that's what threw me off with Empire. It was like, I just had a moment. It was just like, all right, I didn't want to watch that. So I think that's why I leaned to Power, because it was more action. It was more like dudes thinking about the thug in the streets. It was raw. It was like, all right, I can get down with the but wait, did he kill his son? Like kind of thing. It was like that kind of thing. Like, where is this going?
Right. But my thing with Power, and I still love Power, but to your point, like that did you win on Empire, but women are constantly hypersexualized and they're called hoes, bitches, and I got to see that everywhere I go.
Right.
So y'all can't see a little gay sex?
It's unfortunate that there is a double standard even still today.
Yeah.
But it does exist, just like privilege exists for some people.
White privilege?
It exists. So, but what I don't like is when people take their what you call privilege and try and impose it on you. Like, let's say I was a celebrity and I'm at a show, right? And I go out, I do a great show. After the show, if they say, you know what, there's going to be a designated area where you contractually sign to take pictures with fans. All right. And so you live by that contract. After your show, you go into that area, you take pictures with fans. But let's say as an artist, you're not contractually obligated to do that. And let's say fans just approach you on some humble, like I'm just on my way out the door and it's like, I got somewhere to go, but you got to get this picture. And I'm like, I got to go. I can't really take this picture. But now you impose your privilege on me, and now it's like, well, F you then, you can't act anyway, your raps are horrible. It's like, and it's like, why?
But how is that? Tell me how that's imposing privilege.
Because you feel that I'm a celebrity, you got to take this picture with me and post it on your IG or your Instagram. And now
you're
because I don't have the
celebrity.
time, and if I don't have the time to take that with you, now it's a problem. And now, it becomes the mother effer and all of that stuff like that.
No, I know. And it's I get that. So Empire, I felt like going back to that, I just felt like it was over the top. I still watched it though. See, my brain, the way I process things, like if I start a series, snap, I can't finish it. That's why I've seen every Fast and Furious movie that has come out.
There you go.
They're on number 9.
Yeah.
They're about to be on number 9. I have to watch it. But when 50 was trolling Empire, they were never close to being the same type of show.
Yeah, and
ever. They're not. One, Power is on Starr, so that's a premium cable network. They could say what they want.
See, I didn't know all of that.
Yeah.
See, all of that's the plugs right there.
No commercials, and I like the fact that it's like a full hour. You're getting a full hour. Right. Empire, you're getting 42 minutes because they got to fill the rest up with commercials on Fox.
No, I think the 50 trolling thing kind of sucked me in. I think that's what it was. It's like, I think that's what it was because I had to choose. It became a point to where you had to choose as if you were like any part of social media. It was like Empire or Power.
Right.
And
it
was like it's almost forced me to choose.
Yeah.
And because I made it easy on myself after I saw seeing those scenes.
Oh my god!
I just went to Power. I just was like, and you know what? I stuck with Power.
Yeah.
And I've been with Power, and I'm upset that they're talking about ending the show.
Yeah, it's a done deal. She said it. The creator herself said it's happening. Season 6 is going to be the series finale, and so we're not here to necessarily recap Power because we know it's been done. But I'm curious, and let us know in the comments on SoundCloud what pulled you into Power. I want to know. Like, I obviously know why you went
the drama. I was able to go back into relationship and say, wait a minute, that right there was me right there.
Yeah.
Now, without...
I want to elbow the shit out of the sunlight.
Yeah. And you know, I put myself in his son's situation a couple. Not like to the extent of that, but there was some times where you look at Tariq and you be like, damn, Tariq, why would? But there was sometimes I found myself saying, yo, maybe if I just send this text to so-and-so and they expect it, they won't be approached on some next stuff. Cause like I totally was right there with him when they was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to get, damn, I done forgot his name. This is a damn shame. What's my man?
Which one? In Empower, the character? Which one?
Yes.
Not Kanan, not
no.
Ghost, Tommy, shit.
The one who looked like Jay-Z.
Oh, were they a main character?
Yeah, he was running the club, and then
he goes by his real name is Rotimi.
Right, not Rotimi. That's
Dre,
why I can't.
Dre.
I keep thinking Rotimi. I didn't want to say it. Okay, so Dre, right when Tariq sent Dre the text to say, "Yo, you got some goons coming to get you," and Dre was able to see him and slip out the back door.
Bothered me.
Right. See, but that was me. Like I was that heads up type of dude when I was younger. Like, because I found
But you're going to do that to your family?
Well, see, you don't think about it like that at the time. And remember, Tariq was going through some things. He felt that he was a little maturer than maybe he was, and so, like, okay, you know what used to happen to me a lot? Like, I would be cool with everybody. I just had this energy. I was cool with you. And then A, who I was cool with, had beef with B. And I'm, like, in the middle, like, and I would try and, like, fix it. Like, come on, man, won't y'all chill? But this dude would be like, nah, F that. And this dude would be like, well, I'll squash it if he wants to squash it. But then this dude is like, no, F that. And so, like, if it came to the point where I couldn't fix it, I would say to the other dude, yo, listen. Them dudes is talking about getting you at 3:00. You might want to ask to use the bathroom around 15 minutes before class end and just never come back.
But did that put you in a precarious position with the other party? If they had known you did some shit like similar to what Tariq did?
Well, yes, because again, why you do it? And whose side you really on? And I'm like, I'm not on no side. I just don't want to see the beef, because I'm cool with both of y'all. Because what y'all telling me to do is side. And who's to say I want to side with you? Or who's to say I want to side with you? So.
You wanted to stay out of it.
Yeah, for the most part. But if I could, get them to squash something, it was like, yo, man, on behalf of, I know both of y'all. Why don't y'all just squash that? Because y'all making me uncomfortable. Yeah.
So you related to Tariq a little bit. Everybody wants to slap the shit out of him.
I know.
On Twitter. I mean, it was, and I can only imagine him being approached in real life.
But remember, right.
So people, like, I'm sure people wanted to he could catch these hands and people saw him in real life.
I saw the craziest IG, right? It was like, I don't know if he set it up, but he was somewhere and he was getting into an elevator. And this other gentleman was on the elevator, and he was, proportionately sized. Like he was like a ghost size. Like he was a nice sized dude. And he looked at Tariq, and Tariq is just in his regular world. And he's like, yo, man, I should punch you in your face. I should punch you in your motherfucking face, right? Like, and Tariq is in the elevator, and he looks at dude and said, yo, it's just a show, right? Like it's really just a show. But it was so funny to me because at the end of the day, it's like, how many people feel like that? But
they feel that way about Angela,
yeah,
but they're going to treat women differently than men.
That's how it's a good show.
Yeah, but to the point where I heard that she was getting death threats.
Yeah. See?
So that's where it gets a little out of line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's when you have fanatics show. And I ain't never say there wasn't crazy people out here. There are a lot of sane people out here, but some people just take it just too far.
Take it personal.
Yeah, some people take it way too far. It's like, man.
So what do you think is going to happen in this series finale? Where do you think? To be honest, I would love to interview Omari. I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with that man. Because when I interviewed him for season 1, and I have to go back and find that audio, it was interesting on because I asked some questions like, where do you want to see your character go? And now that we've seen all these things happen where he doesn't trust people, he doesn't even trust Angela.
Right.
What is going to happen that is going to make us feel like, okay, I could walk away from this show?
Well, that's just
What would you like to see happen?
I don't know. And so I've never had that creative mind. And so I would think, all right, so this is what's going to happen. You know how we like to talk through movies and shit like that, and we think we know what's going to be the end result.
Offline, you told me you didn't want Angela to die. We know that she's not dead because
we know she got shot.
Creator said she isn't dead in the interview.
And so I wouldn't want Angela to be, because I don't know. There's a part of me that wants Angela and Ghost to succeed. And
I used to think that. I don't know how I feel about that
you know,
anymore.
but again, so you know, we know that wifey had her moment with the lawyer dude.
And he when they said he disappeared, Terry Silver disappeared, I was like,
Listen,
Ghost killed him.
Yo.
Damn it, Ghost.
And me and my girl was arguing and I was like, wait, did he kill him? And he told her, nah, he ain't really kill him. But then we do see him, remember, shortly after he was in the same parking lot seeing dude and his girl getting busy
fucking
on the
his
whip.
wife, yes.
The very next scene, you see him yoke him. Well, no, when he told Angela that he didn't kill him, the next scene is him yoking him up, putting him in the sleeper.
You see in his mind, yeah.
So maybe he just put him in the sleeper.
Okay, no, he didn't. No.
You think he's officially dead? See, I don't
Terry,
know.
I think
I know they
Silver
looking
is gone.
for him. I know they looking for him.
I think Silver is gone. And what's going to be crazy is, now you got me thinking, what if they try, because since Tasha was in the parking lot getting her
boots rocked.
Right, because I was going to say something else.
He was tough. She was
in the parking lot getting slashed, as some of my guy friends would say. What if the gag was they find him in the parking lot and they try to connect it back to Tasha because she was also in the parking lot? But because remember, they didn't know Ghost. They didn't see Ghost at all.
No, he didn't. Right. That's what I'm saying. This was straight from behind. It was like, it was like.
They did not see Ghost, and Terry couldn't turn around. I don't think Silver turned around to see him.
And so a part of me is saying, like, I think Ghost is really trying to be honest with Angela. They keep going back to that place where
I don't think he can be 100%.
But in order for it to work, it's like, come on, man, you gotta scratch everything. You gotta be honest with me. I gotta be honest with you. And so just in that moment, like I wanted to say, nah, I think he killed my man. But at the end of the day, why would he kill him if he know that dude can kind of help that case in some way or another? I don't know.
He said no. Remember that he said no. He couldn't do it. Remember, Tasha had sex with him. And in his apartment. The next day, that shit was cleaned out.
Right. So he took the U-Haul and was like, I'm out.
But remember what happened when Ghost was like, he threatened him on like, oh, you're sleeping with my wife. Like, I could call you out for whatever. Because remember, Terry kept dangling stuff over, what's the lawyer's name? Proctor.
Right. There you go.
And so in my mind, I was like, yo, Silver's a hypocrite. Like, he's trying to come for Proctor, but you're sleeping with your past client's wife.
Right. And remember, this is why I think he's not dead. Because in the last episode, this is what happens, right? Remember, they're in court. And Silver is on the stand. And Proctor says to him, so you're trying to tell me, because they were talking about situations, and he was like, are you trying to tell me you've never done anything to blah, blah, blah? And he said no, under oath, knowing that him and Homegirl was sleeping with each other.
Right. So when Ghost saw that, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's...
And that's why I don't think you need to kill him, because now I can say, yo, you lied under oath and said you never did anything. So in order to not get your license revoked or anything or blah, 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 or you become criminalized, you gotta go to what's going on here. Or
I think I don't know. I mean, so Angela got shot. You don't think Silver's dead?
I think she got shot right here in the shoulder.
I think so.
It wasn't in the heart.
But it's crazy how he saw and like how there was no remorse in Tommy's eyes.
Well, because now remember, and
father,
and I keep going back to that. He shot Angela and
by accident because he was trying to go for Ghost. He was trying to get Ghost. Remember,
right. From the stairwell.
But I think he's actually happy that he may have gotten Angela.
Right, because now it's you made me hurt something that I love, and now I'm going to hurt something you love because I know you love this girl. And it's like one of those things.
But he wasn't expecting to see, I don't think he was expecting to see Angela there.
Well, I don't know, because he found that, well, he knew he was going to find Ghost, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Season 6, back to the question. What do you would like? If there's an like a character that you're invested in, what would you like to see? Tell me a storyline that you would like to see play out.
I don't know. And you know why I say I don't know? Because I just want to watch to see. I want them to excite me. Like, okay, so let's say in a perfect situation, here we go. Angela's good. Her and Ghost get together. He divorces his wife. She can go with Silver or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
You think Silver's still alive.
Right.
Yes.
I think he's still alive. Let's say, man.
Then what happens to Tariq? What happens to Tommy?
Tariq is going to become a MFer. Tariq is going to become the new Ghost. I think Tariq is going to take on, because he's grown now. He's like, yo, I'm going to make these decisions. And he done stepped into a realm that, you know, he's like, hey, I'm that guy now.
What if they lose Tariq in season 6?
And so, see, and then you got the Dre situation with.
Oh, yeah, he's in protective custody. He's gone.
And so, and remember that whole scene, it was like, it's like Angela was a part of that. Remember, she was like, all right, you going to make him sign it? All right, hold up. Why don't y'all shoot some more shots at him? All right, yep, he signed.
I thought that was dope, actually. I didn't see that scene or that even plot coming.
Right, and so, right. And it was like, yeah, because now I know, and that's why I say I don't know what to expect, but I know something good is coming.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a cliffhanger. Like, I don't want it to be one of those, I don't want Ghost to die, but I want to see Ghost a changed man and feeling like because the ultimate goal for Ghost, he wants out of the game permanently.
Right, and he been wanted out of that game.
He has not been able to achieve.
Right, he tried it with the club, and Tommy came on that BS about sell this to the club, right? We gonna get this money right, launder it. Yeah.
So anywho, so there's that. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into, because although we're recording it, a few days in advance, Katt Williams and his legal issues, because this is going to play out very differently. Now, recently, he was slammed with a default judgment for punching a fan. Let me read a little bit about this. So, according to Hot New Hip Hop, he's reportedly facing consequences of an alleged assault that took place in 2016. Damn!
Alleged.
Really? He has been on a slapping spree, Snap.
Alleged.
I can't. A lawsuit was
Pimps will slap a motherfucker. Pimps will slap.
A lawsuit was filed against him by a man who claims he was physically attacked by the comedian during a party. I thought he also hit an Uber driver. Didn't he hit a driver? Anywho, what do you think about, so this is what they were talking about, because, doing the morning show, the other thing they were talking about in relation was he was arrested for assault in Portland, so I guess his team didn't know. He was apprehended in Portland, Oregon, and this was Saturday, October 6th, but he was supposed to appear on Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out Live, and
right. I remember seeing like an ad for that, and it said special guest. It was like so and so, and then it said Katt Williams ?
Oh, did it say a question mark? Really?
Yeah, because I remember that a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like so he had that default judgment slapped against him. He's already wanted in another state, right? It says he's in a precarious situation, being arrested in Oregon. The events that led to his being detained have been reported, and some of the details point to additional legal issues for the entertainer. He got into a fight with the driver who was set to give him a ride. So he slapped the person at a party, allegedly in 2016, and then he allegedly hit or got into a fight with the driver who's giving him a ride.
Well, see, do we know if there was any alleged alcohol or drug use in these altercations? Did that have anything to do with it? And another thing is, some people, again, like their space. We as like Americans, we got like a space. You know what I mean?
We do, but it doesn't sound good because Katt fled the scene in a different vehicle. So you're already looking crazy.
Well, you don't punch somebody in the face usually and try and stick around. You don't really do that.
But why would you be punching people anyways? Why is this man has been laying hands on people for the past several years that we've been hearing about?
Yeah. So, but again, Katt is not the biggest dude, but he incites a few things, and like look at the beef with him and Kevin. I think I heard him kind of recently threaten Kevin Hart. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna bust you in your face, kind of sort of thing. And so, but this is. I like Katt as a comedian, right? And Katt reminds me of a lot of celebrities who go through some things. We just go through some things. Like, remember Martin had a period in his life where it was like, damn, Martin keep getting arrested. Martin, blah, 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 blah. Martin running naked around in the street somewhere in California, high on drugs. I think as an entertainer, because there's so much pressures put on you to succeed, and that is your only thing. You know how many people who have the same kind of incident as Katt Williams would have had, but are not considered celebrities,
right,
and don't have anything against them? You know, it just become a bump or a push, and so I don't understand how we always get the label because you're an artist, or, you know, because you have that behind you where you automatically, you know, like assaulted somebody. And it's
right.
like, no, I just try to get you out my space.
So you think he's okay if he's in the cases of defending himself? You think it's okay?
I think so. You should always be able to have a comfort zone in your space, you know. And so we don't know exactly what happened. You know, it's reports or alleged.
It just always sounds like he's wiling, though. Really, like you can't be going around just putting hands on people like that.
No, but you know, he's a comedian, and again, as a comedian, sometimes you got to stay relevant, right? When you're not putting out show stuff, but it's unfortunate. Right?
Legally, that's costing him money.
Okay, so here we go. Let's have a great. I'll give you something, right? Remember the whole excitement fight thing around Conor McGregor and Mayweather, and we was like, "Yo, man, Mayweather gonna kick the," you know. But no, if it was UFC, Conor McGregor, you know, see Mayweather off, right? But then it became all right. This whole big thing. All right, they had to fight. Mayweather wins, and Conor McGregor receives this huge payoff. You know, boom. Few weeks later, months later, what is Conor McGregor doing? He's not really doing anything. There's no fights for him, blah, blah, blah. So he appears at this event with his posse, and then they end up throwing some kind of stuff at a tour bus, injuring one fighter, and then hence you had the Khabib thing, which that fight took place last weekend. And all right, so they had the UFC fight. Conor McGregor, Khabib lost. Conor McGregor lost by submission to Khabib. Following the fight, it's like Conor McGregor's corner was still talking trash, and Khabib hopped the octagon and went to attack. But it's like ever since that happened, it's like we talking about more of the UFC than anything. Like over the last couple of days. And now Khabib is kind of a household name because we're talking about him.
I see. So you're saying just because
extra.
Yeah.
You know, because that could have stayed in the octagon and Conor McGregor lost by submission. But no, because he jumped out the ring, now you gave the UFC extra. You know, it's like, all right, so now we're looking forward to the next event because it's something like this going to happen. So it's kind of like that with Katt thing. It's like first he was like, what's my girl from comedian who's big right now?
Who you're talking about? Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to come at Tiffany Haddish like that. But
he got on one knee, apologized.
Yeah, but see, again, I think that he does stuff to stay relevant. And even though, like, he ain't killing nobody. You know, I think he did have like a alleged pistol incidents or something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure. But it's not like Katt is doing stuff to get thrown in prison. He may go to jail, but he's not going to prison. And when artists do stuff like that, I think it's just for them to stay relevant, and so they just got to stay in people's mouths, or you know, in the spotlight.
Well, I'm gonna take him out of my mouth right this moment. I can't with this guy. He's doing a lot. Okay, so all of the things segment. I think this has to be my favorite segment because I always love when we get personal.
Mm-hmm.
Love and marriage. How does Married with Children go? Love and
marriage, love and marriage. Duh. It's the institute we can't disparage. Listen.
Okay, so love and marriage. And in the last episode, I mentioned that I don't necessarily know. I don't know. Maybe I did mention it. I don't necessarily know if I believe in marriage for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you were also talking about a situation where you feel like you're in a common law marriage, but you didn't consult your partner for major life decisions. And so I've been living this single and selfish life, Snap. So I still operate as if I'm taking care of me. So I can't necessarily, I sometimes cringe about when people have to check in with people or people have to do those types of things. So what happened where you felt like you didn't check in and why do you think I mean, I feel like I know the answer, but why was it such a big deal or strain on you and your ladies?
Well, because I think at the time.
Well, can you tell us?
So
what,
here we
can
go.
You tell us what
so
it
here we
was?
go. Again, I'm in a relationship, and there was a job opportunity for me, and it was like, you stay in this city or you move out of state and take this job opportunity. And it was like, for us, I know that we had built something and for this, but for me to step out on faith, it was like, I think I need to do that. And without consulting, I was like, I'm moving. Now, if you want to come, you can, because I love you and I want you to come. But if you decide not to because you sat here, and I just didn't think about that. Sometimes you got to sit back and put it on the table. But it was like.
But where do you, not to cut you off, but where do you draw the line about what's best for you? Especially since you all are not, quote unquote, contractually married. And then what's best for you and her? Because that's almost like, there's a lot of compromises that happen. I get you have to meet people halfway. But where I struggle, Snap, and hearing your story is, but if this is a great opportunity for you and she doesn't want you to go, selfishly speaking, what happens?
Okay, and I think because she was solidified career-wise, and by me making this move, even in leaving the relationship, financially, it was going to stump. So I know I was going to be good, but I was taking away, I was taking away a huge chunk of that pie. So, it was, but it was like, I'm giving you the option to come with.
Right, but in your mind, like that's almost selfish, probably in her mind, because it's like, whoa. Why do I have to go with you?
But I think what hurt was I didn't even discuss it. I just said, yeah, I'm going, and there was just no discussion behind it. There was no discussion behind it. So, but I have there are a few stories. Again, I used to live a savage life. I was trifling. I did a lot of growing in life. But again, unfortunately, I hurt a lot of feelings in doing that growing. And so I understand relationships now. I don't just try and see it from a man's point of view. I try and look at the whole picture. Because, again, I'm trying to be sensitive to certain things, but there was just things in a relationship that I would never consider taking into consideration, It's like, why, Yeah,
I struggle with that. I mean, one of my, again, just minimizing what I say, because, people just don't need to be my goddamn business. But one of my guy friends, we're cool. We've known each other for some time, and we reconnected in a way that I don't think, to your point, like as far as growing, that we would have been able to really connect if we were trying to deal with each other when we first met each other eons ago.
Right.
But what I haven't been able to let go of, and it's no fault of his own, is I boppity bop on Georgette's time, on Georgette's mind, on what makes sense for Georgette, because I don't have any mouths to feed. I'm not married, and I moved to Miami on my own. That wouldn't have happened if I had to consult somebody. And then I'm also the type of person too, Snap, where if it's a great opportunity, I can't say
take
no
advantage of
just
it.
because somebody wants me to stay. I don't believe in that. Right? It's hard for me to swallow that. And so what I'm really working on, although I'm not in a relationship now, but what I am working on is letting go of the things that don't serve me. And so I do try to meet people halfway and try to be more conscious of where I am and how I move, without still feeling like I'm compromising me. That's where it is. It's like I don't want to compromise to the point where I feel like I'm not happy anymore. And so that's a fine line that I haven't danced very well.
So that again brings back the same thing with me when you talk about the whole marriage, right? It's like you don't want to, there's compromise and there's, give or take, but you get to that point where it's like, all right, you don't want to do this no more. You don't want to do that. It's so much easier to part ways when you're not married.
Right.
And you come in with you, or y'all could like civilly, but when I'm married, and now you tell me I'm forced to pay alimony.
Yeah.
I gotta do this. I gotta, and I'm paying child support. And it's like, damn. And it takes a perfectly good breakup and makes it even worse. And it just makes your relationships with not only the woman but your kids too. Because when a man is forced to do something, it's hard.
You might not preach, Snap.
And so we got many days to talk about topics, and like I'll talk about like my child support situation and how it's affected me with raising my kids.
Yeah, but the forcing situation, because we'll wrap it up after this. But when you all are forced to do something, it's almost kind of like the equivalent of a woman being scorned. Do you agree with that? What happens when a man is forced to do something he doesn't want to do, especially in a situation where it's a marriage or a serious relationship? What happens? What happens then?
Right.
No, that's a real question, Snap.
Right. I don't know.
I
don't really know how to answer that because
do you feel the same way about the woman you're in a relationship with anymore? Do you mentally and emotionally check out?
Yes.
What tends to happen?
There are times where I emotionally check out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's because it's a man thing, because like I guess societally, we're not connected like that. Not everybody will bring their lady flowers. Not everybody is going to send little texts to talk about, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. Those are certain dudes that do that. And I commend those dudes. But this is the problem with us. Like, we'll do it at first, but if it's not really you, that shit stop real soon.
Oh, that's interesting.
And, we do that at first, but
if you're not going to be consistency is...
But that's not really who we are. Some dudes are fake the funk to get where they need to be. Once they hit that panty line, it just falls apart. And that's when I know this is a whole other subject topic for a whole other day. Yep. And I think that's the whole thing with me and marriage. I want to be married. I just don't want to go through the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Come on, you're gonna end it right there. I want to be married. Well, that's not me, but Snap wants to be married. And he just want to go through the bullshit. Okay, so Snap, how can they find out about where you are? Where are you on social media?
We online at IG Rob ROB_OSNAP and on Twitter at RobOSnap.
Oh, I didn't know you were on Twitter. That's what's up. Okay, Georgette Starr with 2 R's on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can find the podcast, SoundCloud.
Powered by Excitement Radio.
Powered by Excitement Radio. And it's going to be, we're on iTunes. We're going to be on iTunes, Stitcher, and all that other stuff. So on that note, we are out here.
Yeah.
Peace.